They say it's just a joke. You're too sensitive. Relax. I was kidding. But you don't laugh. You flinch. Not because you can't take a joke, but because you know it wasn't one. When someone uses your insecurities as punchlines, your weight, background, past mistakes, they're not joking. They're wounding, and they do it with a smile. Carl Jung warned us that everything that irritates us in others can lead us to understand ourselves. But not everyone seeks that understanding. Some avoid self-awareness and instead project their unresolved pain onto you. This type of person uses sarcasm like a scalpel, cutting with precision, leaving no visible wound, only inner bruises. It's a psychological tactic, because if you react, you become the problem. Don't be dramatic, they say. The moment you defend yourself, the room turns on you. You become the one who ruined the fun. But you know the truth. Genuine humor uplifts. It brings people closer. Toxic sarcasm isolates. It makes you question your worth. When you laugh, it's nervous. When you cry, it's in private. This is not friendship. This is slow erosion. Emotional warfare disguised as banter. If someone's jokes always sting, if you feel small after every conversation, it's time to stop laughing with them and start listening to your intuition. Because real friends don't make you their punchline. You trusted them. You shared your dreams, your plans, your big moments, and yet somehow they always forgot to tell you something important. That job opportunity? They didn't mention it. That event? They swore they told you. That advice? It backfired again. 1 time is an accident. 2, a pattern. 3 or more? It's sabotage. Quiet, polite, masked as forgetfulness or bad luck, but intentional. These people don't attack your success directly. They delay it, quietly, consistently. They give you advice that sounds reasonable but always leads you off course. They celebrate you, but never show up when it counts. They say they're supporting you, but their actions keep holding you back. Carl Jung once said, "The person who feels inferior will try to lower others rather than rise themselves. Instead of working on their own progress, they stunt yours." What's terrifying is that they often appear to be your biggest supporter. They smile, they cheer, but behind closed doors, they're pushing the brakes on your momentum. Their goal isn't to destroy you, it's to keep you small, because your growth threatens their comfort zone. And when you start to pull ahead, they don't cheer louder, they sabotage softer. If someone constantly forgets your wins, gives you bad guidance, or creates coincidences that derail your path, pay attention. That's not friendship. That's emotional control in disguise. They don't want to lose you, but only if you stay beneath them. You just got good news. A promotion, a passion project, a personal breakthrough. So you share it, expecting a smile, maybe even a hug. But instead you get, "Oh, guess what I just did?" Suddenly, your moment isn't yours anymore. It becomes a silent battlefield. They're not shouting, they're not openly challenging you, but every time you shine, they feel the need to shine brighter. Every achievement becomes a scoreboard. Every compliment you receive becomes their reason to one-up you. Carl Jung believed that unresolved shadows, our fears, insecurities, and hidden desires, often surface when we're around those who represent what we've denied in ourselves. For your friend, your growth becomes a threat. Your progress reminds them of their stagnation. So instead of celebrating with you, they compare, they compete, not with words, but through energy. Their smile falters just for a second. Their tone shifts ever so slightly. They post something immediately after your success. Coincidence or silent rivalry? You didn't sign up for a competition. You just wanted to grow. But now, every step forward feels like stepping on a minefield of insecurity and passive resistance. This isn't encouragement, it's ego warfare. And the worst part, they might not even be fully aware of it. But your intuition knows. If every good thing you share becomes a trigger. If your wins are always met with cold counters or redirected praise, then you're not being celebrated. You're being measured. Real friends cheer you on. Silent competitors challenge your peace in silence. They say all the right things. "I'm proud of you. That's amazing. I'm so happy for you." But something doesn't feel right. The warmth is missing. The words fall flat. Their eyes look away. Their body is present, but their spirit is elsewhere. This is not kindness, it's performance. Carl Jung called this phenomenon ego dissociation, when someone becomes so emotionally disconnected that they lose the ability to genuinely feel or connect. They've learned the script, but forgotten the meaning. You notice it during important moments. When you're celebrating, they're quiet. When you're in pain, they vanish. When they show up, it's robotic, polite, hollow. True friends don't just say they care, they show it. They cry with you in the dark and dance with you in the light. They don't rehearse empathy, they live it. But the ones showing superficial kindness, they're nowhere when it matters most. And when they are there, it feels like a social duty, not emotional presence. If someone's words sound perfect but their energy feels cold, believe the energy. Superficial kindness is dangerous because it creates confusion. You start to doubt your instincts. Maybe I'm imagining it, you tell yourself. But deep down, you feel the void. Because real connection has soul, real care has depth, and real presence has weight. If someone always says the right thing, but never shows up in the right way, they're not your support system. They're just playing a role in a script they didn't write. Friendship isn't what someone says in public. It's how they feel when no one's watching. It's for your own good. You'll understand one day. I just don't want you to get hurt. It sounds nurturing, wise, protective, but underneath you feel it. The tension in your chest, the shrinking of your dreams, the fading of your voice. This is not care, it's control. Controlling people rarely yell. They don't forbid, they suggest, they advise. And slowly you stop trusting your own judgment. You begin waiting for their approval. They don't chain you, but they guide you just enough to keep you unsure of yourself. Carl Jung explained that people who can't manage their own chaos will try to manage others as a substitute. Control gives them the illusion of safety. But in trying to protect you, they cage you. You share a bold idea, they call it risky. You make a new choice, they label it impulsive. You dream, they whisper realism. And the most dangerous part, they might be partially right. Their advice sounds reasonable, even mature. But deep down it doesn't lift you, it shrinks you. And little by little, your decisions become theirs. Your confidence, dependent on their approval. That's not love, that's possession in disguise. Real care says, even if you fail, I'll be here. Fake care says, don't try, you might fail. One gives wings, the other chains. If someone's protection always makes you smaller, if their guidance always leaves you doubting, it's time to ask, are they keeping you safe or keeping you under control? You walk into the room, smiles fade, eyes shift, the air feels colder. No one says anything, but you know something's been said. This is how gossip works. Not loud, not obvious, but poisonous. It's never a direct confrontation. It's whispers behind your back, subtle jabs disguised as concern, twisted truths shared to plant doubt in others, all while they smile to your face and say, hey, so good to see you. Carl Jung once said, the brighter your light, the darker your shadow becomes in the eyes of others. Insecure people don't know how to celebrate someone who owns their truth. Your confidence disturbs their chaos. Your growth exposes their stagnation. So they don't try to match your energy, they try to mute it. They don't face you, they talk about you. And they don't attack your actions, they attack your character. It's cowardice in its most polished form. You won't hear their words, but you'll feel their fingerprints on how others treat you, on the shift in tone, on the silence that follows your presence. They stab with words you never hear, then hug you like nothing happened. But remember this, gossip says more about the speaker than the subject. People at peace don't need to poison others to feel powerful. Those who gossip behind your back are often too afraid to face their own reflection. So the next time you feel that shift in the room, don't doubt yourself. That discomfort is not paranoia, it's intuition. And while they whisper, keep walking forward, because your silence is louder than their noise. They were there when you struggled, when life was messy, when you felt broken. But now that you're rising, getting promoted, finding peace glowing from within, they're silent. No, I'm proud of you. No real excitement, just cool. A nod, a glance, a change of subject. And it stings, because you expected them to be the first to cheer. After all, they were there when things were hard. But now your success makes them uncomfortable. Why? Because when you were down, you were relatable. You were no threat. But now that you're evolving, you remind them of what they've ignored in themselves. Your growth becomes a mirror they don't want to look into, and instead of walking with you into this new chapter, they quietly step away. Carl Jung said, if someone cannot rejoice in your joy, they're battling an internal war. It's not about you. It's about the version of them that feels stuck, stagnant, or unseen. They may pretend, say the right words, but the energy never lies. Their eyes don't light up, their tone feels flat, their presence fades. It's heartbreaking to realize that the ones who stood by you during pain can't stand with you during progress. But it's also freeing, because your light isn't the problem, their shadow is. So don't dim yourself to keep them comfortable. You were not meant to shrink for anyone's approval. If someone can't clap when you win, they were never truly rooting for you. And that's okay. Love them from a distance, but keep moving forward. Words can lie. Smiles can be rehearsed. Compliments can be memorized. But the body always tells the truth. They say, I'm happy for you, but their shoulders tense. They say, you deserve this, but their smile disappears in half a second. They say, you've come so far, but their eyes never meet yours. Carl Jung once said, the unconscious always speaks through the body. Even when someone's mouth tells you what you want to hear, their nervous system leaks the truth, because the body doesn't edit. It reacts. Micro-expressions, fleeting glances, a slow clap, a cold hug, a foot turned away, a forced grin. These tiny signals might seem meaningless, but your soul picks them up instantly. You don't need to be trained in psychology. You feel it in your chest, in your gut, in the shift in the air around them. And that's not imagination, that's intuition. That's intuition, your ancient survival instinct warning you that something's off. You hear friend, but you feel threat. You hear support, but you feel distance. You hear celebration, but you feel envy. Most people are trained to ignore these feelings, taught to be polite, forgiving, to give the benefit of the doubt. But your nervous system doesn't lie. It was designed to protect you. So listen to it. If someone's words sound sweet but their body screams discomfort, believe the body. Because fake love can memorize a script, but it can't fake a heartbeat. The body always tells the story, the mouth is afraid to speak. If this journey into the depths of the human psyche stirred something within you, don't let it end here. Subscribe to Carl Jung Mysteries and tap the notification bell so you never miss a revelation. Every week we uncover more hidden truths about your mind, your soul, and the strange world you live in. This isn't just a channel, it's an awakening. And you're part of it now.